Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you are watching us from. Welcome again to the second part of African fashion from 10 tribes that influence global style. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And always remember to turn on your notification button. This will enable you to see our videos as soon as we post them. And if you are a returning viewer, please like, comment, let's share our thoughts together. Love you. Now, let's dive straight into the video. The next segment, which is segment number 6, is Fulani fashion from the West Africa. If African fashion had a luxury jewel department, the Fulanis would probably run it. Do you know why? Because the Fulani fashion is famous for one thing above all else: gold. And I mean lots of it, not the small necklace type. We are talking massive golden earrings that can stretch the earlobes over time. And these earrings are not just decorations. They were once a portable bank account. Yes, in the past, Fulani women often carried their family wealth in gold jewelry. So, if time became difficult, they could literally sell the gold and save the family. Now, imagine walking around and wearing your entire savings account on your ears. Talk about financial confidence. Fulani women also wear beautifully embroidered clothing and layered necklaces that creates an elegant royal appearance. Fulani fashion also communicates something powerful: dignity, independence, and pride. And when a Fulani woman walks into a celebration wearing her full jewelry, everyone already knows that this is heritage on display. Now we travel south to Namibia to meet one of the most visually striking cultures in Africa, the Himba people. If you've ever seen pictures of Himba women, you probably notice something fascinating. Their skin and hair are covered in beautiful reddish color. That color comes from a mixture called otige. It is made from butterfat and red oak clay. But this is not simply makeup, it is protection. The mixture protects their skin from the harsh desert sun. It also represents something deeper. The red color symbolizes life and earth itself, meaning the Himba literally wear the color of the land they live on. Now, here is the interesting part. In Himba culture, a woman's hairstyle and jewelry can reveal her age, whether she's married or has children. So, in Himba society, your hairstyle is basically your biography. Imagine if that existed today. Your haircut could tell people this person is single, unemployed, and still figuring life out. Thankfully, modern hairstyles don't expose us like. Now we move deep into the Sahara Desert to meet the legendary Tuareg people, often called the Blue People of Sahara. And yes, there's a fascinating reason for that name. The Tuareg wear flowing indigo dyed robes, and the dyed often rub off onto their skin, leaving a slight blue tint, which technically means their fashion literally colors their identity. But here is where Tuareg culture becomes even more unique. In many societies, it's women who cover their faces. But among the Tuareg, men wear the face veil. And this cloth is called tagmost. It protects them from desert sandstorms and harsh winds, but it also symbolizes honor and adulthood. Once a Tuareg boy becomes a man, he begins to wear the veil. And traditionally, he should never remove it in public. Imagine wearing something that represents your honor every single day. That's not fashion. That's identity woven into clothes. Now, let's travel to the ancient highlands of Ethiopia, home to one of Africa's oldest civilization. Traditional Ethiopian clothing is centered around the elegant Habesha chemise. It's a flowing white dress worn by women during weddings, religious festivals, and celebrations. What makes it special is the delicate hand-woven embroidery along the borders. Each region in Ethiopia has its own embroidery patterns, which means if you understand the designs, you can often guess where someone is from. The whites represent purity and spiritual devotion, and during traditional celebrations, the entire gathering glows in beautiful white garments decorated with colored thread. Now, imagine walking into a festival where hundreds of people wear clothing that looks both simple and royal at the same time. That's the quiet elegance of Ethiopian fashion. It whispers rather than shouts, and somehow that whispers still commands attention. Our final stop brings us to West Africa again, to the vibrant culture of the Wolof people in Senegal. If you've ever seen the ground flowing robes worn in Senegal, then you've probably seen the famous Senegalese bubu. Now, this is not just clothing. This is fashion with presence. The bubu is wide, flowing, and often made from richly embroidered fabrics. When someone enters a room wearing it, fabric moves like royalty. It almost feels like the clothing itself is saying, "Make space, greatness is passing." And here is something fascinating. Bubu has influenced modern global fashion. Many contemporary designers have borrowed its loose silhouettes for modern luxury outfits, meaning a style worn in Africa for centuries is now inspiring fashion houses around the world, because true style never goes out of fashion. So, from the woven prestige of Aso Oke to the royal symbolism of Kente clothes and to the warrior strength of Maasai Shuka, African fashion tells stories that go far beyond fabric. These clothes carries identity, history, community, and power. Maybe that's why the world is now looking back to Africa for inspiration. Because long before global fashion weeks, Africa already had runways of culture, pride, and tradition. Before you leave, I want to ask you something important. Africa has over 3,000 tribes, and we explore just 10 powerful African cultures. So tell me honestly, which tribe has the most beautiful traditional fashion? Is it Yoruba, Igbo, Maasai, Zulu, Fulani, Himba, Tuareg, Ethiopian, or Senegalese? Defend your tribe in the comments, and let's see which culture dominates the conversation. Thanks for watching, beautiful people. See you in my next video.